Welcome to Obi-Wan Studios. As a celebration of the channel reaching 1,000 subscribers, today's LEGO Star Wars review is on the 9515 The Malevolence. This was the first sealed set that I'd ever bought when I got back into collecting LEGO Star Wars a few years ago, so it's been a long time coming for me to actually open this one up and build it. The Malevolence released summer of 2012 for $120 and retired at the end of 2013. Today, sealed in the box, you are going to be spending about $400 according to Brick Economy. This set comes with 1,094 pieces and 6 total minifigures, counting our droids as figs that is. We have a Battle Droid Commander, Padme Amidala, a regular B1 Battle Droid, Count Dooku, Anakin Skywalker, and General Grievous. A pretty stacked minifig lineup in this set overall, I must say. The Malevolence just has one of my favorite box arts for a LEGO Star Wars set out there. I love the contrast of the ship with the planet Abrogado in the background. I just look at the box art and immediately think of the arc in the Clone Wars. The back of the box shows off some play features of the set, and curious enough that the Malevolence is going after Sese Tin's Jedi Starfighter, another set that released in 2012 that I just so happen to have sealed in the box and will be reviewing soon as well. Now the time has come to unseal the Malevolence. As we unseal it, I just wanted to say a truly heartfelt thank you to everyone who has helped support the channel by watching my videos, commenting on them, and of course subscribing to get the channel to the point that it is here today. 1,000 subscribers is such a big milestone, and it's only going to be up from here in terms of the videos, the sets I'm reviewing, and of course the quality. Thank you all again for the support. It just means so much to me to be so embraced by the community as a new LEGO Star Wars creator. Now, with that said, let's open this set up. Opening the set, you'll find that the instructions manual and sticker sheet come in its own bag with cardboard protection. For a set this old, it is such a treat to get the stickers and instructions manual in literally mint condition. I mean, just look at this manual. It is in better condition than most of the brand new sets manuals you will get today, and it has been moving around in the box for 10 years. The sticker sheet is just also in such amazing, immaculate condition, honestly. This is something LEGO should just be doing for all sets, in my opinion. The Malevolence comes with 7 numbered bags as well. Man, I just been waiting so long to actually build this set. Turning on the Clone Wars and building it really made for such a fun afternoon. Starting off with our minifigs, well, our first droid at least, we have a Battle Droid Commander. This was a brand new Battle Droid Commander when the Malevolence released, and even to this day, these are surprisingly hard to come by in LEGO Star Wars sets. This Battle Droid Commander only ever appeared in 3 total sets, so getting one here is a welcome addition. Next is Padme Amidala in her Clone Wars variant, and she surprisingly is an exclusive minifig to this set. The only Clone Wars Padmes we've ever gotten have been this one, and then the new version in the Coruscant Guard gunship. This is a minifig that does seem to get some flack for the face design, but personally, I really like all of the Clone Wars face styles on minifigs. I do especially like this Padme face, considering that this one is unique and actually designed for her character, unlike the new 2023 one, which is just a reused face print. Padme's body printing looks really good all around, as she does feature back printing, which is very much appreciated, and overall it's just accurate to her character's portrayal in the Clone Wars. This is just the Clone Wars Padme to have, in my opinion. Moving along, we have one regular B1 Battle Droid. It's nice to get at least one Battle Droid, as the Malevolence would have been crawling with them, but there's not much else to say with this addition, just nice to get in the set. Our next minifig is Count Dooku, who is a rather hard to find minifig in his Clone Wars variation. Count Dooku's Clone Wars style face print I'm personally just a big fan of, and I think his body print looks sharp against the black color of his robes. Even though Count Dooku does wear a cape, I think some sort of back printing would have just been nice to have gotten on him just to make him a little bit more detailed and a bit better. But the best part of Count Dooku is his custom molded lightsaber hilt. Man, that hilt looks so good in chrome. It's just no contest compared to the more matte finish we get on regular lightsaber hilts. It has to be said, overall, I think Clone Wars Count Dooku is a pretty awesome minifig. Next, we move along to Anakin Skywalker. I just really love this classic Clone Wars Anakin. The face expression I think is awesome. The armor printing looks so good on the front, but like Count Dooku, there unfortunately is no printing on the back of him. That said, overall with the reddish brown arms, Clone Wars Anakin I think just looks really great. Lastly, we have General Grievous, and man, what a killer minifig. I remember having the original General Grievous back from the General Grievous chase set in 2005, and honestly, it's just hilarious how far he has come from the original design. I love the custom molded head print, just all the detail on it for his face looks incredible. The way they attach the four arms onto his body with the legs as well, just to really capture his overall aesthetic and design in a Lego form. I just think this General Grievous is just incredible. He's absolutely amazing. Overall, I do really like the minifigs we get in this set. As far as the droids are concerned, a Battle Droid Commander and General Grievous are just really great additions. And then our more traditional minifigs in terms of Padme, who is exclusive to the Malevolence, and then also getting Clone Wars versions of both Anakin and Count Dooku, really make the minifig selection in this set pretty stellar. I, however, really do wish we've got Obi-Wan in the set. He's just missing from it to complete the characters of the main arc. Moving along from the minifigs, we can take a look at the actual Malevolence build. The color scheme of the Malevolence is one that I really do love. That blue and gray separatist color scheme is just, I really love it, especially compared to the browns of the Trade Federation color scheme, and I just think it looks really nice on this build. While some of the finer details in the paint on the ship and universe were not really feasible to represent on the build, especially at this scale, I think overall the color blocking and choice does look rather good. And honestly, just having a large separatist capital ship in Lego form is just so cool. Diving into some more of the details of the build and its design, I really do like the front section and how it was overall shaped. The way the front splits into the two sections I think was done rather well in Lego form. It's not perfect, but it still looks pretty good. The stickers for the lights in this section I think just look so sharp, that contrast to the yellow lights on the black. It also just helps to add a sense of scale to the build, that this just really is a massive capital ship. On the top of the ship, there are some small clips and sloped grate pieces just to add some more scale and detailing. I definitely think this is a case of quality over quantity, as there is a nice amount of these smaller pieces to add in the greeveling and detailing you would want, but not too many of them to make it look messy or crowded throughout the entire top of the build. Of course, the big deal about the Malevolence is its ion cannon, so LEGO had to make a play feature that represented that weapon. For the build, the plasma rotors of the ion cannon are actually flick-fire missiles. There is a protective bubble around the ion weapon to prevent the missiles from accidentally firing off and being lost. This shield is movable with the Technic hinges to allow use of the weapon. To shoot out the blue missiles, which represent that ion cannon pulse, you move this Technic lever. It works really well because actually flicking flick-fire missiles can be rather annoying or just hard to access depending on the build. So whenever there is a mechanism to do it, it's just quite a plus. One thing I do think that would have been really cool is if the plasma rotor automatically rotated with each missile fire, but you just have to rotate it manually after you shoot one of the missiles. I think LEGO did a pretty great job making the build have a play function that represents that ion cannon. My only real complaint about the design of it is that the white rubber band they use just sticks out a little too much. It's rather noticeable, and for display, I don't think it looks the best. If they would have gone with a gray or black band, it just would have made it blend in a little bit more with the color scheme of the Malevolence. And when you look at the Technic firing arm, it is gray, so it does match the color scheme of the ship, and it actually blends in more into the design than you would think, so I just wish they did the same with the rubber band. On either side of the Malevolence, there are these two larger circular sections. I have no idea what they are in universe, but hey, it's nice to see them accurately represented on the build. In the same section, we have some more stickers that add in some great detail like the ones on the front, just to help give a better sense of scale for the ship. I am going to nitpick a little bit here. The little red rectangles are the Malevolence's hangar bays, and in the show, they are lit up in blue, not red. The number of them is accurate, which is really great, but blue just is the color they should have used looking at the source material. The Malevolence does feature a carrying handle, and it's integrated into the design of the top of the ship. It's not the most hidden carrying handle we've ever seen, but it's certainly not the most noticeable one we've ever seen either. The Technic mechanism for the handle is very, very sturdy. You can carry the Malevolence with confidence the way it is designed. The bridge is an area that I think was shaped pretty nicely. I'm just not a fan of the gray lightsaber piece that sticks out of the back of it. I just wish they could have tapered off the back end of the bridge a little bit differently than just resorting to a skinny lightsaber piece that kind of looks a bit out of place, to say the least. For some finer details of the bridge, there is a red translucent stud at the front to represent the actual command bridge's interior. This is accurate to what we see in universe, and man, does it ever look sharp. There are translucent yellow studs along the side of the bridge as well for just some more details and to show some more scaling of the actual size of the bridge. Turning to the back of the Malevolence, I'm rather impressed that the designers were able to incorporate all 16 of the ship's engines at this playscale size. I wonder if they could have made them a little bit more accurate looking by using the bigger wheel pieces for all of the engines and making the top two middle ones just a tiny bit bigger so that they're almost all touching. That would have looked just a bit better in terms of display and make some of them not look a little too small in my opinion, but the fact that we got all 16 of them I think is awesome and does just go a long way to the overall aesthetic of the build. The Malevolence has two separate interior sections. The entire front top of the ship can be removed to access what is essentially the command bridge of the Malevolence. At the very front you have a seat for the battle droid commander. It can be a little tricky sticking his back stud into the seat, but he looks good once you get him attached. There is a sticker control panel and some translucent dish pieces to represent the larger screens for the battle droid commander to use. Then General Grievous has his center command station. I think he fits just right in terms of the scale of him and his command station. For some extra detailing, there is another sticker control panel as well for him to use. Overall, there's just a lot more room in this front interior section than you might have expected, so props to the design team on this part. The second interior section is in the back of the ship. You just lift these panels away to access it. Now, what is really cool is that the designers actually built the train cars inside of the ship that we see in the Clone Wars episode Destroy Malevolence. Like, how cool is this? One train car has a storage crate on it, so it's rather functional, and then the other is just empty. I thought maybe you could put General Grievous onto it, but he won't fit. A regular minifig like Anakin will, however, and you can slide him down the track inside of the ship. It's just so cool. Now, a word of warning, especially with this section, since they are all using dark red pieces, you run that risk of the pieces cracking when you're putting them together, and I certainly was not spared, unfortunately. One of the 1x1 slope pieces cracked, not fully in half, but it's just barely hanging on there for the one train car. When these train cars are not in use, there are Technic arms that will hold the train cars in place just so that they're not sliding around the interior when you are swooshing the Malevolence around. I personally just really like this part because it is a cool Easter egg that you wouldn't really notice if you never watched the show. The designers made a very thoughtful choice when designing the back interior section, and this is just one of my favorite parts about the build. Overall, I think the Malevolence is one of the greatest Clone Wars era sets ever. It's a massive separatist capital ship with a bunch of great minifigs. It just doesn't get much better than that for a set concept. I do think there are just a few things holding this set back from being a total 10 out of 10, however, a few minor design things that I just wish were a little bit more refined or just a little bit designed differently. For me, the big thing is that Obi-Wan for sure was just needed to be added as a minifig to complete the characters in this set. That all said, I still think this is a 9.5, maybe 9.8 out of 10 set. It's just incredible, and I think it is still worth picking up today. If you like the Clone Wars, this is one of those sets that really just makes a LEGO Star Wars Clone Wars collection. Thank you for watching my review on the 9515 The Malevolence, and thank you again to everyone who has supported the channel so far. It again just means so much to me to be so embraced by the LEGO Star Wars community on YouTube as a new creator. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Obi-Wan Studios also, as I'll be using that platform a lot to connect with you guys. I'll be creating polls on which sets you guys want to see me review, showing sneak peeks of upcoming videos, and just overall engaging with you guys on Instagram. If you enjoyed this review, please leave a like on the video, subscribe as well. The next goal for the channel is 10,000, and don't forget to check out my channel for more LEGO Star Wars Clone Wars era set reviews.